bit sassy, a little bit crazy, a little bit classy. We got dreams and we got goals. We're just a couple of old sassholes.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Governor. Welcome to A Couple of Sassholes podcast. I'm Brooklyn Johnson.
And I'm Heather Terry.
And for any of y'all who don't know, this is our power hour of true crime where we talk about fucked up people doing fucked up shit, usually for fucked up reasons or no reasons at all.
That's right.
And today we are early in the morning.
Oh
Not
my
really.
God.
This isn't early.
This is early for me, personally, for Heather Terry.
So we usually record at 2 p.m. CDT or CST because I've never figured out the daylight savings time or the...
Can we all just be on the same time?
No. And I don't know what's the other one? Daylight save...
Pacific?
No, CST or CDT. Central Daylight Saving... I'm not...
Central and Eastern.
No, Heather, every year, depending on the time of year, whenever you change your clocks, it goes from CDT to CST. Whenever it goes an hour forward or an hour back.
I don't know. I just say...
Apparently,
spring
Heather
forward,
did not know
fall
that.
back.
Okay. Anywho, we usually record at 2, which is where I'm starting to slug out. But today we're at 9 a.m. and I'm fucking ready. I'm jazzed. I'm ready to go. I've had my coffee. I've had my second cup of coffee. I'm ready to rock.
I know. You're definitely like flying squirrel that fell into a pile of cocaine, and I'm here for it because I'm trying to keep up. I'm gonna keep up with you.
Mornings are great. We should start doing it in the mornings.
No.
So speaking of things that are happening. So we have recorded a promo video.
Yes.
That is freaking great. And the last shot of it has to happen tonight. So we recorded this forever ago. I have been trying to save money. So I've been pushing my hair appointments off. Which means that my hair appointment is on Wednesday. This is a Monday. I'm at the edge, the brink, the end of my hair cycle. And I have grays. What I have noticed today, because I had one that was screaming at me. And I was like, that bitch will scream on a camera too. So today I took tweezers. I pulled her out. I looked at her. Fun fact.
What?
Fun fact Monday. I'm going to be crushing whenever my hair completely turns. Because it was bright white.
Bright white?
Like sexy white.
Sexy white.
Like not like mousy gray, fucking just that banging ass white.
Sexy white sounds like some kid in high school that's trying to be like a rapper on YouTube. Like, I'm sexy white. He spells it like WHYTE.
Sure.
Yes.
Either way, my grays are actually white. And I just need everyone to know that because I found that out today at 7:42 a.m. And I'm pretty pumped about
CDT
it.
or CST?
I don't know.
Or PTSD?
Alexa. Is it CST or CDT?
No,
I don't know.
Shit just went off. I thought if you pulled one out, then like 2 grow in, or is that a myth?
I don't give a fuck. I'm sure that's a myth.
I'm just asking.
I feel like that would be a myth. I feel like that's something that people tell you so that you don't pull out your hair.
Like another myth.
Like, I don't know. Like not swimming after eating.
They
and all
used to
that
tell
shit.
kids if you jack off that you'd get hair on your palms. Have you ever heard that?
I didn't have a penis, so no, that was not talked about.
You didn't, anymore. No.
That was not spoken.
No?
In my house. My dad would have never fucking said that
No,
shit.
I didn't care. I didn't say, guess what my dad told me?
No, but like my dad wouldn't be talking about jacking off to his children at any stage in his life.
That's very true.
So no, I've never heard that.
Yeah, I think that was like a locker room talk, like rumor mill of the middle school.
I never heard that, but we grew up in different places. So it was more chill where I grew up, apparently. But anyway, so whenever that time comes, man, I don't know. Today was the first time I thought about Brooklyn. At what age will you let yourself go all wheat? And I don't know.
You don't know when?
I don't know. Now that I know that it's a banging color, like Miranda Presley.
I don't know who that is.
In The Devil Wears Prada. It's Miranda Presley, right? Yeah. No, yeah. She's Miranda. It's Miranda Preston. I don't know. She's stuck writing it down to tell me. But she had amazing hair in The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's the color. That's the do I'm going to do.
Okay.
Anyway.
I can get down with that.
Other exciting things. So there's a fucking video that we're going to make sure goes viral at some point whenever we're officially done with it because we are going to have surprises coming up. There is shock and awe in the sasshold world.
That's
Presley. That's what I said. Priestley. Fucking A. Miranda Priestley. Thanks, boo. Now we know.
Man.
I know.
Save that for our Patreon.
Yes. So on top of all the shock and all that's happening.
Yes.
We are doing, okay, because we can't there's that interview show.
There's an interview show on YouTube that is now streaming on streaming services where celebrities eat hot wings.
Yes.
And are interviewed by a monotoned, adorable,
awesome,
smart little man.
Yes, he's perfect.
Yes. So we can't say that, but we're going to do it.
We're going to recreate that.
We are going to.
The most exciting thing, I'm interrupting you and I'm so sorry, it's because I've had too much caffeine and I'm coming in too hard and fast.
Yeah.
So I'm going to highlight that I know I'm doing it. And that's the first step to getting better. But we actually aren't just doing, it's you and me, of course. But Drew Hardesty is going to be the host. Yes. He's going to be eating them as well. And then we're also going to have a camera on Jess, our producer, who's going to be eating them too.
We're all going to have Bernie assholes together. And I don't eat hot stuff. And Drew laughed so hard at me. And I was like, well, I've been prepping because I put buffalo sauce on my turkey sandwiches. And he's like, ooh.
That's going to help.
Listen, I think like everything's spicy to me. So I'm literally probably going to be hospitalized. But I'm doing it for you. Just so you know.
I'm terrified. So I have a pretty decent palate for it. I can take heat, but that doesn't mean like I can eat that much heat. You know? Like I don't fucking know. I don't know. Travis is way better at it, so I just assume I'm low. The fact that you're like, I don't eat spicy, I'm like, I think I'll do a little better than you.
Oh, you will.
But I don't think I'm gonna like thrive in any capacity.
I'm gonna weep. I'm gonna sweat. I'm gonna roll around on the floor. So if you would like to see that and other things like that, you can subscribe to our Patreon.
Yes.
So
we're very excited.
This is why we are doing this. This is why I'm blowing out my asshole.
Yeah. I'm going to rip all the good microbiomes in my gut right out. I know that that's going to cause severe issues in my gut. And that's okay. I'll work to get them back.
They're like, why can you only eat rice cakes now? Because.
Did you know, and then I'll stop on this because this is riveting to me.
They're supposed to be selling our Patreon.
I know. It's on that whole topic.
Okay, good.
Is that people, do you want to just stop the episode and just talk about Patreon in great detail? No, that people actually take capsules of other people's shit.
Like poop?
Yes, because you can fuck up the microbiome in your gut and it's really, really hard to fix. And people will actually consume pills that have the microbiomes of other people's guts that can help solve their issues. It's crazy. Poop. People do it on their, like I saw, if you haven't watched Hack Your Health on Netflix. So a woman actually does it herself. So her boyfriend, and like, okay, let's say if I took your shit.
Like, are you talking about poop? Like you're saying shit. So I need to know.
Shit, poop, like feces.
Poop.
Yes.
Okay.
So if I took yours and you're a depressed person, your microbiome could actually make me depressed. Or if you had bad acne, it could make me have bad acne. So like this one woman, literally her boyfriend or husband, I don't remember, shits in a bag. They literally like throw it in a NutriBullet and then put it in capsules and she takes it.
I'm done with this.
I think it's wild. I think it's unbelievably remarkable. If I had issues, like she could not eat like anything but like 10 foods. Food actually like severely hurt her. I would do anything. If I was going through that kind of, I would absolutely do it.
That would have to be a very last step.
It would be one of the first steps. It's a very easy thing to do. Pop a pill.
Of poop.
I don't care what it is. Oof. It's a pill. Imagine the pills you pop every day that have way worse shit in it than actual shit. This one solves a big issue in your gut. It's wild stuff, man. I have been on a gravy train on a fucking spiral into so much shit. I could tell you a lot of random ass fun facts, but I won't. But I will tell you a story about a killer.
Let's do it.
I'm in it.
Are you?
In it to win it. I hit the microphone. Let's go.
That's fine because you're the moped or the leaf blower.
Moped? I was
Somebody's vibrator's broken.
It sounds like a really loud drone.
A drone. Nope, definitely a leaf blower.
That's a leaf blower. Okay. My works cited page includes Killer Couples, People Magazine because Wikipedia, Orlando Sentinel, clickorlando.com, and WFTV9.
All right.
This story is a pretty recent one. Buckle up, Betty.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about the Amato family. The Amatos were a super nice, caring family. They were really fucking cute. They obviously had money. It's Chad Robert, and I say that because I saw their house. So They had money. Chad, Robert, and Margaret Ann, they were smart and successful individuals on their own accord. So Chad was a clinical pharmacist and Margaret was a senior operations manager. They lived in this beautiful home. And you know what I didn't do? Look up how to say this. So get in the comments and bitch me out. What would you say? Chuluota?
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to go Chuluota, Florida.
Chulo. I don't know.
No, Chuluota, Florida, which is part of the Orlando Kissimmee metropolitan area. When I was looking into him, Chad was actually born on September 22nd of 87. Look at that. He is my age. When I was looking into him, he showed, this is crazy. So I was digging into him, the Cody guy. He went to Barry University, which is where I went to college in Miami Shores, Florida, and he's the same age as me.
Oh.
So and that school is pretty fucking smart. Like small, not smart. But he was into nursing and stuff, and I was into business. But I'm like, there's a huge fucking chance
You guys could have been there at the same time?
that we were at Barry University at the same time.
Did you guys have yearbooks? I don't think I ever got my college yearbook.
No, I never took a photo for, no. I don't think so. But I thought that was just crazy.
Yeah.
He was a certified registered nurse and yes. God, I love Jess. Anesthetist. And was just like this great ass guy. He had a wonderful smile too. He was very close with his brother Grant Amato, who was born on May 20th of 89.
Okay.
So just 2 years younger. Grant and Cody grew up together. They lifted weights together, which you kind of couldn't tell because they were like taller, thinner guys. And they even traveled to Japan together.
Oh, fun.
So very, very close.
Little buddies.
Yes. They looked very similar too. And they had huge lips. Like if someone was
look
like,
them up?
I already sent the photos to Jess too in email. So it'll pop up on the screen, guys. Cause I was like, don't fucking forget, like get that shit in. But they just had really, really big lips. And I just have to point that out because it's like the only thing I could notice. They both went to the University of Central Florida together. My comment earlier showed that Cody went to Barry, but I don't know how long or when. But I do know that it gave nothing to the story, so I didn't dig into it deeper. I just was like, ooh, fun fact.
That is that's...
It's crazy because, well, him being my age too, it's like we definitely went to college. Fucking A. Jess is going to fucking kill me.
You hit the mic again. It's fine.
We were probably, who cares? Anyway, so at whatever point he went to Central Florida, he did go there with his brother. So Cody graduated from the nurse anesthetist. Every time I'm going to need you to say it because I'll never get it right. Anesthetist program. And Grant withdrew from his studies and he became a nurse at Advent Health Orlando. So as Cody continues to thrive, Grant's career ended very quickly in June of 2018. And he was suspected of stealing prescription medications from the hospital and also improperly administering medications to his patients. I saw this on Killer Couples. Gosh, these shows.
I love that one.
And yeah, it says Killer Couples, but it's not a killer couple.
I was wondering that. I was like, is this turned incestuous?
So let's hold in and just assume I may have made a mistake. And I wrote Killer Couples and I really meant killers.
They have all kinds of
They have so many.
They're like murders by left-handers in the bayou and all this weird shit. And it's like
only people who killed in a body of water. It is wild.
It's like
Stop murdering people.
Iron deficient redheaded murderers. Like all of them are those. But I watch every single one of them.
People just need to stop killing.
That's right.
But this one's tantalizing.
Then we wouldn't have a podcast.
I know. Well, there's a lot we could still cover.
Historical murders.
Anything that we're covering is historical because it happened in the past.
That's true. It's early.
Okay. So, anywho, like, as his brother's thriving, I don't get this part because I don't feel like they covered much of it on the TV show. And then as I was digging into it more, I was like, it was that he stole meds essentially, but now to realize he was actually administering wrong meds or meds that he felt like people should have and then taking shit. Obviously this shit was stealing prescription meds from a hospital and then improperly administering them is frowned upon.
Right.
And the hospital. So I was curious too, like, how did they figure this out? So hospital staff had found 8 empty vials of the sedative propofol, which had not been ordered by any of the doctors in 2 rooms that Grant had been overseeing. So I wonder, I mean, I don't think he could have given himself that much. He had to have been giving it to the patient.
Right.
And he said, or whenever he was questioned during his suspension for it, he said that he, quote, administered the drug to patients who were not being adequately relaxed.
So if he thought you were rowdy, he's like, take this.
More. I guess. Then I'd be like, what do I got to do to get more drugs? I'd be like, I'll throw something. Do you want me to throw something?
I'm going to body thrash. I'm going to thrash my body in this bed.
Give me some more.
I'm thrashing. Thrashing and thriving.
What is happening? Okay. He was also arrested for grand larceny, but those charges were later dropped. So, fucked up shit. I love that when I was writing this, I realized I forgot to mention their other brother, Jason. I could have then rewrote this to throw Jason in there, but it still didn't fit. So let me go, oh, wait, I almost forgot. They did have an older half brother who grew up with them. His name's Jason, and he went to high school with them at Timber Creek High School. Being that he was 5 years older than Cody, I'm not sure that they were actually like in the school at the same time or if he just went to that high school as well. Jason came from his father's loins. But said that when his dad remarried, Margaret adopted him as his son and was an absolute angel. He had moved to Maitland, Florida and was living with his family. Mm-hmm. So he's a part of this journey, but he wasn't living in the same home.
Okay.
All right. So Grant is falling down the struggle hole. He became depressed and isolated. I read that the suicidal thoughts had began to creep in. Mm. He began live streaming and gaming, thinking that he could make some money on Twitch.
Oh.
And whatevs. And if you're on the internet and you're depressed, it's probably going to happen that you're going to start diving into some pornographic websites. Just thoughts. Just thoughts.
If you're sad, you're going to look up porn.
I mean, if you're a dude with a dick and you're alone in your house, I believe that you're going to probably look up Thorn.
Thorn. You know, that's what I call Thor.
Porn.
That's what I call Thor. The movie Thor, because I love Chris Hemsworth so much.
You call it what?
Thorn.
Oh, God. Anywho, so he apparently had talked his family into paying for the equipment for like a streaming setup, but he never became a Twitch streamer.
Oh.
He got into the porn section a bit more, and then he frequented a site called My Free Cams, which is funny because none of this shit was free. So I feel like it was a very false name.
That's how they get you.
This is where he meets Sylvia Ventislavova. Ventislavova. Yeah, it is. She's a Bulgarian live cam model. She goes by the alias Sylvie or Addie Sweet. I read on Wikipedia that he would pay tokens by the minute for a virtual company, /sex videos / kinky stuff. He would spend up to 4 hours a night on the website, buying up to 5,000 tokens at a time, costing over $600.
A night?
Jeez.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sylvia's shows would cost 90 tokens a minute.
The hell's she doing?
Sexy videos / kinky stuff.
Oh.
We're being like, hey, baby. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I don't have any tokens.
You didn't buy any Bitcoin or whatever. What is it?
No,
It's
tokens.
like Dickcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He continued this facade that he was like this rich, successful gamer, and he would send her various lingerie and sex toys, as well as paying an exorbitant amount just for her time.
Oh, so she was like one-offing him. Like that's how
that works.
Like the virtual champagne room.
Yeah, or even like she would just send him videos. Like if I FaceTimed you.
Oh.
Like, hey, I hope you had a good day.
Dirty cameo.
Yeah. Oh, let's get into that. I'm not above shit right now. So where did this money come from?
Yeah,
no worries at all.
I was going to ask.
He would steal the credit cards from his family. And he would also then claim that they were for his Twitch career, but they were basically for virtual like lap dances. At least if it's a stripper. Here's my deal, Pickle.
Okay.
If I was going to get obsessed with somebody that it cost me to be fucking around with them.
Right.
I'm getting a prostitute followed by and or in whatever order a stripper. At least like if I'm going to pay.
Yeah.
You're going to fuck me. Or I'm going to grab some privates. I'm going to touch some private parts. That's what I'm going to do. So I do not understand.
I'm done with you.
The video aspect, because there are other people who will allow you to touch the goods
in real life.
Yes. And you can really think you're in a relationship with them if you're banging them.
Right.
And maybe they'll have a cup of warm tea with you after if you pay enough. I don't know. I just don't get this. The thing that bothers me the most is just like you could have gotten a stripper named Candy.
Right.
Or a sex worker who enjoys this experience and will then take your money.
You pay her or him to act like they enjoy that experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not just a video person.
Exactly.
Right.
Who wears your lingerie? Guess what? A stripper will take it off for you. I just feel like there was a better way to go about all this.
I just want to know how it went unseen on the credit card bills.
Well,
yeah.
So within a few months, Grant had spent, wait for it,
what?
$200,000 of his family's money on Sylvie.
Stop it right now. I need you to stop.
Yeah. Firstly, you can't steal money for a startup career in the first place. I just want to highlight, even if you stole $200,000 from me to become a famous podcaster, it's still not okay. Way worse when it's for virtual kink. $200,000 also is so much fucking money. That's the price of my home.
That's
over months. This is just over months.
And I want to know how many guys she had that was doing.
Oh, I mean, they obviously make a gajillion dollars.
Right.
Like OnlyFans teachers out there.
Right.
Because I feel like that's the number
Go
one thing.
them.
I mean, do what you got to do or what you want to do. I don't give a fuck as long as you don't hurt other people.
That's right.
So his family had money, obviously.
Yeah.
And I said that you could tell from their home and their careers. But stealing from your younger brother, who's also starting out his life.
Yeah.
Like he lived with his parents still. So what the fuck, man? Yeah. The level of the callousness and just like stealing from your family blows me away. So his parents find out and they're sweet and wonderful. And they're way more concerned by his welfare than the money at all.
Wow.
The number one thing they're focused on is like, he is a problem. We need to figure this out. Now, Grant actually does go to live with his aunt, Donna Amato, in December of 2018. So this shit is all happening. They find out and he leaves to go live with his aunt in December. I just want everyone to understand this timeline is super fucking quick.
Right.
And that's basically 6 months after he got fired / suspended from his job.
Okay.
He starts stealing from his aunt.
Oh,
now his aunt is ready to press charges, but his aunt is his dad's sister.
Got it.
I'm making that assumption because her last name is Amato and also because it's Chad who was able to talk him into not pressing any charges.
Got it.
Yeah. So instead, they decide to fork up $15,000 to send him to a rehabilitation facility for pornography and internet addiction.
Man.
Once more, not worried about the money, focus on taking care of their son. So Grant leaves rehab in early January of 2019.
Okay.
Which my assumption is that when you're in rehab, it should last longer than a menstrual period. Because I feel like it wasn't even like a fucking week.
I think that's in their mission statement.
Yes. If I can't get through my own hormonal fucking cycle, then I can't be working through rehab. These are the things that just get my goat. Like, he wasn't there very long.
No, that's not very long at all.
Yeah, at all. And especially, my other thought too is like, it's not only a short amount of time, it's internet and porn, which is so easy to get.
Right? That's what I was wondering.
It's harder to get meth.
Yeah, like, I was wondering if they don't have computers and stuff. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
It's like, I promise I'm better. I promise I'm better.
Yeah, there's no way to even prove that you're better.
Right. Like,
habits take They take longer than 3 months.
It's not like they can do a piss test and be like, you didn't watch your dirty cameras today, did you? And he's like,
Yeah, it's like have you stopped touching your pee-pee? Like, I don't fucking know.
Never. No.
Agreed. But I have questions on that.
Me too.
Now, it was a whatever you can leave. Like, it was a walk-in facility.
Outpatient? Yeah.
I don't think it was outpatient. I just think he had the ability to like skadooch. And apparently he did indeed skadooch.
Got it.
So anyway, as I've ranted on that, this time Chad and Margaret give up. I'm sorry, they don't give up. My paper says that, but they gave him a written ultimatum, not even a verbal one. This motherfucker, this bish was on paper. If he had wanted to keep living in their home, he had to get a job during the day, go to therapy, and pay for his own cell phone and debts. Reasonable. Mm-hmm. Reasonable.
Yeah.
Probably the most important item was, for Grant at least, he was prohibited from contacting Sylvie. This person who he was not in a relationship. This is not Romeo and fucking Juliet. This is a woman who has nothing of Big Lip Grant.
Right.
Instead of following those rules, he uses his mother's phone to contact her.
What? Okay.
Which is interesting that they were going to give him a phone and that he had to pay his own cell phone bill. Because the phone, internet, porn, contact.
Right, because this was 2019.
That's like being like, you have to pay for your own needles, but you have to find the meth. You know, it wasn't going to be like that hard of a thing to not do. Wonderboy Media is not only the proud producer of this glorious magic imploring your ear holes right now, but they're also a big deal.
Get in touch with them today to make all of your dreams a freaking reality.
From using their bangin' ass podcast studio,
where we are right now,
to creating amazing videos and editing our content like the mystical mavericks they are.
Your podcast can go further when you have a Wonder Boy.
Hit up Drew today at WBOYmedia.com.
Or text him day or night at 270.
Just kidding. Get ready, outdoor enthusiasts. The Western Kentucky Outdoor Expo is coming to Owensboro Convention Center on April 12th and 13th. Explore RVs, boats, hunting gear, side-by-sides, and more, all in one place. And best of all, it's free. Don't miss this ultimate outdoor adventure. Learn more at westernkyoutdoorexpo.com or follow us on Facebook. We'll see you there. Okay, so instead, he fucking contacts Sylvie on January 24th. Or let me rephrase that. Chad finds out that he had contacted Sylvie on January 24th and he asks him to leave.
Oh.
Get ready to buckle up. Let's go to Crazy Town.
We've already been there.
I know. Well, that very same day, while his mother was on the computer working, Grant came up behind her and shot her in the back of the head with an I-1I, I think, or 1W1, I don't fucking know, Jericho 941 pistol.
Whoa.
Yeah. He waited for his father to come home, and once he walks into the kitchen, he shoots him twice.
No.
Yeah. I don't think he really knew when Cody was going to be home, so he takes his dad's phone, how vindictive, and asks him to come by after his nursing shift.
No.
Which even if he had asked, I mean, obviously the record would have shown that he had asked, but I don't feel like he would have said no. He loved his brother, you know. He enters the door, like basically through like that garage area, and he shoots him as well. He's found lying in the fetal position between the doorway, literally just walking into the house.
That's so sad.
I couldn't imagine walking into the house and being shot.
Right.
By your child or your brother who was your best friend.
Right.
Grant believes that he can make this look like a murder-suicide by placing the gun next to his brother's body. So his final act is to make it look like his brother murdered his parents.
That's horseshit.
Right. Just your complete fucking piece of absolute donkey dick shit fuckhead. Fuck you.
Yes.
So Cody was so beloved, but and the other thing too, I just have to say, when I saw the whole like scene, I could pinpoint 12 issues automatically.
Right.
So whatever he thought he was doing, it was you can't just shoot someone when they walk in a room and be like, that is going to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Right. They have a couple ways to prove that.
Yes. There is this thing called evidence.
Yeah, you're very French today.
I am. And that evidence will prove that that's not a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So anyway, Cody was super beloved by his friends, like at work, and all his coworkers cared so much about him.
Right.
When he doesn't go to work the next day, it takes absolutely zero fucking time for his coworkers to call the cops to do a wellness check. Mm-hmm. They actually end up calling 3 times.
Oh.
One call is telling him that he hasn't missed a day of work in 5 years and that he wasn't answering their phone calls.
Wow.
The coworker calls and says to the dispatcher, quote, "That's really my main concern. I'm not assuming the worst, but this is just very out of character."
Right.
End quote. I guess they didn't have time to like come by yet, but after a few like hours had passed, the coworker is now calling crying.
Oh.
They say, "I'm concerned that something has come upon my friend," she said. "I know that his brother suffers from depression and I believe suicidal ideation as well. Cody mentioned it to me and I'm very worried. Now, shortly after 9 a.m., so I don't know if his shift is like a 6 or a 7 a.m. Like, I don't know what time his shift is, but it's apparently early because 3 phone calls had come to the police and they get there just shortly after 9 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
It would take longer than that for us at our jobs.
Right.
So a Seminole County deputy went to the Chuluota home Amato shared with his parents and brother. The deputy knocked on every door and window. They called every phone and sounded an air horn. I was very intrigued by this.
Oh. I've never heard
before they broke down the door. They were like, we're going to confirm that we didn't just, I'm going to assume that in Chuluota, Florida, they have broken down doors when someone was in the shower.
Right. Maybe they should have called this lawn company and had them sent the leaf blower outside.
Right. That would have been loud enough. That would have been loud enough.
It would have woken him up.
Sadly, there was still no response. So after breaking a deadbolt and walking in through the back door, the deputy found the Amato family dead inside. Grant's 1996 Honda Accord was missing from the home, so the police put out a bulletin for the car and found him the next day at a hotel in Orlando. Inside the vehicle, they found a letter that appeared to have been written by his brother. The letter detailed problems the family was having, which centered on roughly $200,000 that family members believed Grant Amato had stolen from them to send to a Bulgarian woman he met online. It included the line, quote, "I said I'd take care of all your problems at the house, and I have. No one will bother you again regarding this. Just please come home," end quote. Grant Amato later admitted he had written the letter. He told investigators he wrote it in his brother's voice because he wanted to document their conversation, according to court documents. I can tell you there are no pieces in my fucking house that I've written having a full conversation with you nor Travis in your voice recalling the conversation. Right. So I don't know if that was him. And number one, too, and then leaving it in your car after murdering your family.
Right.
A lot of dumb in there. I'm going to assume maybe assumption. So grain of salt doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to make the assumption that it was from his brother. And he just wanted to make it not seem like it was so rosy at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's probably right. For sure.
Like, I just don't understand.
I don't understand any
Especially
of this
when he's
so
like,
far.
we just want you to come home. You know, like, it's totally fine. Anyway, that handwritten ultimatum that I had talked about was actually found on a legal pad in his father's office as well. So his dad had written it down. Like, it was known that he had written it down. He agreed to speak with investigators. And as we've seen before, he showed little to no emotion. So not freaking out that his entire family was dead. And basically just said he didn't know what happened to them.
He's just like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody reacts differently, though, but you show some sort of shock or something. You're not just like,
I literally wrote that down.
Like, what happened? Or you don't just are like, oh, bummer.
It wasn't me.
I didn't do it. Like,
I truly wrote, I go, we all know that people go through shock differently. But I was like, but if you ever want to look guilty, the best reaction is to act like you don't care.
have none.
Have none whatsoever.
Or like that lady I did a couple weeks ago where she was like, I gotta go. My dog ran off. I have to go catch it. When they called to say that her parents got murdered.
Yeah.
And she was like, my dogs got out, and hung up the phone. So like, what?
Like any form of reaction.
Anything.
At all. He was eventually shown the images of their bodies and just outright said he had no involvement in their murders.
He didn't even react to the photos.
No. He didn't ask who could have done this.
Right. Or what
Why
happened?
would this had happened?
What
do you mean?
Where?
Who killed them?
Right.
What? How did they die?
Right.
Did it hurt? Like
Nothing.
was it quick? Like nothing. Did anyone steal anything?
Right. Nothing.
Nothing at all. And so the cops are like, yeah, bro, I don't fucking believe you. You cunt. I mean, they didn't say that, but I'm saying that.
You read that in the police report?
Yeah. May I just say that records indicated that after Cody, Chad, and Margaret's bodies were discovered, one of the family credit cards was used to purchase $600 worth of tokens to access Sophie.
Are you? Okay. I'm done with those tokens.
Agreed. Per the Lakeland Ledger, prosecutors also alleged that after killing Chad, Grant used his father's fingerprint to access his online banking app. If that couldn't be super low, don't worry. He also attempted to cash in his parents' life insurance policy. Thankfully, he was under suspicion of their murder, so he didn't get any of their money. So it was to get their money.
It would have been gone in like a week.
Yeah.
To Bulgaria.
Well, they probably had a shit ton of money, but you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. At one point in his interviewing process, where he just seems like he was being asked what he ate for dinner last night. Like his demeanor was so flippant. Like, my brother, like,
that's so sad.
I can even understand being weird towards parents because of your own mental health issue. But like your brother was your friend.
Right.
And young. Mm-hmm. Now, how about Jason, the other brother?
Oh.
Because we need to remember him. So after his parents and brother were found dead, the cops showed up to Jason's work in Maitland. He was quoted saying, "It was pretty scary. They came into the building. The whole building got shut down.
Oh.
Later, they gave me very general details that there was a woman and 2 males in their 30s found in the house." Which doesn't make sense because Chad was like in his 50s. "I just tried to answer their questions as best as possible." So maybe they were saying that his other brother was in there. Like they didn't know if Jason had something to do with it.
Got it.
He was also a part of this endeavor.
Yeah.
He was ruled out super quickly as a suspect though, because of also where he was. Like he was in another city working or with his family.
Right.
The investigators thought that maybe if they brought Jason in, that Grant would admit to what he had done. But it didn't work either. I only remember him saying he didn't have anything to do with it when I first walked in. Like he wasn't crying or anything. He was just like, I had nothing to do with it. I'd watched a show on this and you can see Jason go in there and he basically says the entire time that like he loved him and that mom and dad and Cody had loved him. And just remember, I love you. Because at this point, Jason basically knows that his brother killed his entire family.
Yeah. That's so fucking sad.
It is so sad. And I love my sister. Like Jason was like such a king in this. And I love my sister. But I don't know. I don't know if my love would run out if she murdered our parents.
It would be
I'm very brutal, black and white. Like you killed my family? Yeah, I don't.
It'd be very hard. That takes a very strong person to put their feelings aside.
Yes.
For that.
I understand like love is unconditional. Well, I guess to Brooklyn Johnson, it's conditional on not murdering my loved ones.
Right.
I have conditional love and I fucking suck.
If it's for that, I think it's fine.
Right. Thank you. I'm glad that you wouldn't judge me in this fictitious story.
I don't think I would.
Yeah. Good. As you can guess, he was arrested on charges of first-degree murder. His bond was set to $750,000 on April 25th of 2019 after his public defender argued and the prosecutor agreed that he could not be held without bond.
Yeah. Flight risk.
Yeah. But I'm also like, who the fuck's going to post your bond, bitch? You killed your whole family. The people who had the money you killed.
Right. He would try to cash in tokens.
Like from Chuck E. Cheese.
I've got 500,000 tokens. Like,
yeah. But they agreed that no matter what, like he needed to stay. If he could post bond, which he wasn't able to. Right. A number of conditions were set, including no access to electronic devices with internet.
Good.
But whatever. Fuck him. Yeah. Amato's trial began on July 15th of 2019. Before individuals even started to testify, the crime scene analysts on behalf of the prosecution attempted to show things that were out of place because the crime scene just didn't look right. And I literally saw it when they ran through the crime scene on the show.
Yeah.
From first look. So his dad had a gun put on his hip. I thought that was weird as fuck.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like a gun holster and a gun.
Okay.
And I automatically thought that was weird because of just the demeanor of what they said that Chad was like. Not to mention, it was him coming home from work where he was a pharmacist.
Right.
It just didn't feel weird. Well, the gun was on the... I didn't know this, but it felt weird that the gun was facing out. That was my first assumption. It was on the wrong hip.
Oh.
If you're right-handed, it's on your right hip. You can't do it with your left.
You're gonna be like, hang on. Not dominant hand.
Yes. So that was weird to me.
Yeah.
And then the gun was just dropped on the floor next to Cody. Like just literally like boop.
So you were an untrained internet sleuth, figured it out in like 2 seconds.
Yes. I do talk about murder a lot.
I mean,
but
we know more.
The
than
other thought too is
Joe,
I'm pretty certain that when you kill yourself, you don't drop the gun. It stays in your hand. It can then fall when you hit the ground, but it just being dropped doesn't work.
Right.
And also the apparent gunshot wound wasn't self-inflicted.
Yeah, they can tell that.
It's like the easiest thing to fucking tell.
Exactly.
I was like, I am no genius, but I saw these within like seconds.
Yeah.
I thought it was so weird that the dad had a gun. Like, It just didn't make sense to me. Amato's attorney questioned when they realized that he was the main suspect if that could have affected the examination. Like, did you automatically, the good old tunnel vision, they say.
Oh.
They knew it was him. Just because he wouldn't admit it meant absolutely fucking nothing.
Because of everything that you have said thus far.
Yes. There's no, did he or did he not?
Yeah.
As they continue on with the trial, it's time to discuss basically that penalty. Should Grant get death? So on August 9th, individuals were asked to testify, with 3 people testifying on each side's behalf. Grant's brother testified against him. It was hard to hear him talk because he talked about how amazing his family was. And he said the hardest part is not talking to his mom. Keep in mind, that's not even his birth mom.
Right.
I think it was like, he had said in it, he goes, it's been 208 days since I've talked to my mom.
Oh.
And it was just, I felt the worst for him in almost all of this. Because he was raising a family too, and he lost his entire family.
He lost everything.
Everything. Over fucking nothing.
Right.
It's so much worse than if like, I'm never going to justify murdering someone or killing someone. Or maybe I fucking will. Because I can do whatever I want. I have my own opinion. But it's not like he killed an abuser.
Right.
It's not like he had been kidnapped and he was trying to get, like, there's so many scenarios where you can justify self-defense. This was not that.
No.
Or any misconduct or miscare. Like, it's just unbelievable.
Right. His dad got home from work and his mom was just on the internet. Like,
she was working in her home office.
Yeah.
Like, she was yes.
To put tokens in his bank account.
Yes. So they usually don't cross-examine people, like the defense and the prosecution in this. They just let the prosecution talk to the anyway. But the defense ended up asking Jason to get back on the stand.
Oh.
And the only question he had was, do you still love your brother?
Oof.
And he said, I do.
I mean, I bet
Jason had zen in him, man.
I mean, I bet he did. You can love someone and care about their well-being and despise them at the same time, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
the state of Florida informed the judge that they'd intended to seek the death penalty. The jury did not unanimously agree to sentence him to death, however, resulting in an automatic sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.
Yeah,
he got a life sentence for each life he took.
He does not need to be out.
Now, some believing that question on the stand asking if Jason still loved his brother was the reason they didn't give him death, because Jason had already lost enough.
Right.
Not necessarily.
You're probably right.
To save Grant.
I can get behind that theory.
I can get behind that too. On August 12th of 2019, Amato was found guilty on all 3 counts of first-degree murder, receiving a life sentence for each. When asked if he felt remorse,
Oh no.
stupid fucking big lip Grant responded with, my family has been blaming me for months for ruining their lives, stealing, and not following the rules of the home, so I might as well be blamed for this too. Pussy ass bitch.
Wow, that's such
Pussy
a
ass
little
motherfucking bitch.
bitch baby answer.
I go quite possibly the most pansy ass fucking answer.
That is.
Fucking little bitch.
Everybody's mad at me for everything because
I stole from them.
all this stuff. So I guess you could just say, did this? You did do it.
And they never said, like, all of it was basically for his welfare.
Right. They could have just said, get your fucking ass out of here.
Yeah. And we're pressing charges and you're going to go to jail for this.
Exactly.
Because anything over like $5,000 is a felony.
Right.
So go to jail.
Right.
Go fuck yourself. Well, he ended up there anyway.
Good.
Okay.
Wait, where's Sylvie?
Just in Bulgaria. She had nothing to do with it.
I know, but I mean, like,
she never responded to any inquiries or anything. She was like, I have nothing to do with this. She's
so
like,
wild.
I do these videos. The fact that this dude murdered his family to get their money to pay me, I have nothing to do with it.
That's
This is literally
wild.
Yeah.
I would be like, I don't know. I think there would still be a level of guilt on my part. And I'd be like, I know I didn't have anything to do with this. And he kind of went off the deep end, but I'm going to quit. Like, I think I would have to retire for at least a year. Take a hiatus.
She's also in another country, and she was like, I do not have anything to do with it. Like, even the documentaries and all this shit, they were like, no. I have nothing to say.
That's wild.
I produce this content online. That's like somebody killing someone because of our episode.
Right. And I'm totally not saying that she did it. But
I know, but I'm just like, I hope she doesn't hold guilt.
Right.
She had nothing to do
I
with
hope
it.
she did. I'm glad that she's like, no, I just think me personally.
Well, we don't know. She didn't, like, she's like in the documentaries or in the episode, she's like, I have nothing to say.
Buy 5 tokens. Let's ask her. We'll be like, you can keep your clothes on. We just have a question.
I'm sure people did try. And she's like, I have nothing to say on it.
Right. Right.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So if he didn't do it, his first thing would have been screaming from the rooftop that the killer was still out there. That there's no justice for the person who really did this. Like, not saying this lame ass shit and putting you sound so dumb.
Right.
And I hope you get hit in the face for taking too long of a shower.
Right.
Or
Whiny
whatever it is.
Eeyore.
Like, I hope something happens to you. So at one point I was reading this book, like, I don't know. I thought it was how to tell if someone is lying. So I looked it up, and Gavin Stone wrote that, but the cover didn't look familiar. And so I don't know if that's the book, so I can't really necessarily act like I quote it. But one of the things that, like, I wanted to look at, because it made me think of this, that, like, that was his response.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been lying. So, like, one of the things is, like, if I had asked you, like, did you fucking kiss her? Your response would be like, kiss who?
Right.
Why do you think
Like,
that?
what are you talking about?
Like,
Yeah.
tell me why you think that. Mm-hmm. Of course I didn't, but, like, question the situation.
Yeah.
But if I did, if you were like, why, like, did you kiss her? Be like, who the fuck told you that? Like, why are you asking me that? Like, what do you mean? Like, you get really aggressive.
Yeah.
And you, like, turn the blame. Why would you believe somebody like that? Like, you get really aggressive, and you automatically are, like, making the assumption that you already know the answer to, like, well, you know who told you that. You might still have a question, like, did that person tell you that?
Right.
Did someone see? But your aggression pushes back on the other person, and you blame them in it, versus trying to, like, understand and, like, question where it came from.
Yeah.
Like, of course I didn't do that. Like, you get defensive versus offensive. Like, I would never do that to you.
Right.
It's very easy, apparently, to tell how people lie. Like, if you ever wanted to look at it, like, literally go into ChatGPT and be like, how can you tell if someone's lying? They can't make eye contact. They start to fidget. Their voices change. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of fucking ways to tell. But you can usually tell by how people react to the question.
The more
Yeah.
you know.
And that's why I was thinking about it, because that dude was like,
He was like, well, everyone blames me for
blame me for everything, because I ruined your life.
Right.
Not like,
That's exactly how he talks.
where did who did this?
Yeah.
The biggest question is, who would have murdered my parents and why?
Yeah. You would
Not you're blaming, I didn't do that, nothing to do with it. You're not even asking who did it.
Right.
Because you know you fucking did it.
Yeah.
You stupid fucking cunt. I hate him.
I'm not a fan myself.
Anyway. Grant's lame ass is serving his life sentences at Tomoka Correctional Institution in Daytona Beach, Florida. In August 2019, he had filed to appeal his convictions and life sentences that the Orlando Sentinel had reported. An appellate court, is it appellate? Appellate. I'm crushing it. Affirmed the original decision in May of 2021, and he was denied any appeals.
Like, what was his stance? Like, he didn't do it? Like, he was like, oh, no. Like, I wonder what he tried to appeal, though.
Me
Like,
too.
Usually they come up with
Tunnel
some
vision,
bullshit.
saying they thought it was him from the jump. Because it was you.
They usually come up with something like, oh, my
Fuckers.
lawyer didn't do this or something. Like,
Yeah.
they come up with some little bitch baby thing excuse.
That, or even best case scenario is having somebody else it could have been.
Yeah.
Like, if that happens, the
Right.
best thing to do is try to figure out who else it could have been.
Right.
Either prove points in the court that it was wrong, or
Yeah.
like what you said, or find out another likely suspect.
Right.
You ain't got none of that.
No.
There was no proof. He didn't even go after being like, oh, well, Cody
Right.
told me he wanted to kill our parents
Yeah.
because he was a happy human.
Yeah.
If you were going to blame it on Cody, where was Cody in the fight? Well, Cody did it.
Yeah. He didn't say, yeah, fuck this guy.
So dumb.
Yes.
I mean, but he also had one day, right? He got kicked out of the house. He had maybe 24 hours to come up with his shit, but he did not do a good job at all.
No. And it's sad.
It is sad. I just don't understand where, like, we didn't touch enough on where he decided to start fucking around with meds as a nurse. I really want to, I want to understand that more.
Right.
Because that was the catalyst for him getting into everything else. Was he addicted to drugs? Was he taking any drugs? None of that was really, like, touched on.
I don't know.
Why was he stealing the drugs? Was it for money? All of those things kind of made more sense if he was doing that prior to get more money for Sylvie, but he didn't get on the webcam until after that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Maybe
I
he
just don't
switched
understand
out-
how it happened.
He could have switched out one vice for another.
Yeah.
Like gotten addicted to the. We're just
Get
like,
addicted to the gym.
conspiracies.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like
Get addicted to the
well,
gym.
if you have an addictive personality and you need to get, and he liked to work out and he was doing that with his brother, like there was a lot of other ways to turn this.
Yeah. And it's not like outside looking in his life, he had a great support system.
He had a great support system. He had a good life. He got to go to Japan before he went to college. Like, eat a dick, bro. My God. I was excited if I could buy anything other than ramen until I was fucking 26. So it's like, you had a great life. Like,
Yeah.
You chose all of these things. You also, like, he was balding and he really should have, like, just shaved his head. But he was a decent looking guy.
With big lips, apparently.
With big lips. And
like big in a good way or big
big
like,
in a sexy way.
Oh, well,
I mean, I can't say a killer like that is sexy, but if you would have just shown me like cover face, random lips, I'd be like, those are pretty lips.
right.
You know?
You didn't know what they did.
Were attached to. But like he could have dated people.
Yeah. And not paid for it.
That's what I don't understand is like that. He wasn't weird. He wasn't known for being like making people uncomfortable. Like, yeah, he fucked up at work. And he needed to move through that and like heal and deal with it. But like why it got to like an obsession with an online person that he could have never met and was never going to date, I'll never understand.
There's a lot of questions left unanswered on this one. It's pretty sad and tragic.
Very much so. Mm-hmm. That's the story of the murder of the Amato family by their stupid, lame son, Grant.
He sounds pretty lame.
He was. So people.
Yes.
Number one thing you need to do today, if you haven't done so already, is like and subscribe.
Yes. Rate, review, leave us a little. We love them.
Or don't even do that. Just fucking subscribe.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're too lazy to even do that, or not, I don't want to say too lazy because, man, I'm fucking lazy sometimes. But if you could just subscribe, that would do wonders for us.
It would. It's free. Tell your friends. What did we say? What did I say last week? Multi-level marketing scheme.
Yeah.
Tell 3 people.
Yeah, and then those 3 people will tell 3 people.
That's right.
Just treat it like that game that you did in, not home ec, but your class that your dad taught, the sex class. What's that called? Your dad taught the sex class, right?
Health.
Oh, health class. Do you guys?
I'm like, hold on. My hands are sweating.
You're like, my dad does not teach sex classes.
I need the meeting minutes to show my dad was a health and PE teacher.
Okay.
That had to cover sexual education as part of the curriculum.
Understood.
Not like,
hold on. Did you guys do that game where you like everyone had to write down 3 people on a piece of paper and then they did like the little thing to show how an STD travels?
I feel like at some point, but I don't feel like.
Yeah, we had to write 3 people down and then 3 people down and then 1 person had the STD and they showed how the whole class got the STD. Treat subscribing and liking and rating us like that game. Share it to everybody.
Oh my God.
Give it to 3 people.
You just told everybody. We're like a podcast herpes.
Yeah. No, be one you can get rid of. Gonorrhea.
What? The people in the herpes commercials that are on the
they're happy, but it doesn't go away.
Happy. They can still run through fields.
It doesn't go away though. So get gonorrhea.
What
if you got to get an STD? Get one that you can get rid of. I don't know what to say anymore.
Whoa!
I love you guys. Can you like rate, review, and subscribe?
Yes.
That's all. That's the important part.
That's all.
Oops.
And we love you.
We love you.
And we love you. Bye.
Ooh.
This episode was sponsored, edited, and produced by Wonderboy Media. Get the deets at WBOYmedia.com to see how you can make your podcast dreams a reality.
Help us out and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to our audio project. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at, of course, A Couple of Sassholes.
Want more sass? Become a member of our Patreon for bonus content, merch, and more. Plus, we're on Cameo now, so there's even more ways to get the sass you need just how you like it. As always, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
Theodore, can I bet that